let's see if we can. I'm Chef Adrienne Cheatham, and today I'm making soy stout roasted chicken. But before you find out the recipe, click below to subscribe. Normally I'm cooking in a different restaurant kitchen for my pop-up series, but today we're cooking somewhere else. Whose kitchen am I in? Okay.
Hey, I'm Chester. The 3 things you need to know are that my roommate and I have never cooked a single meal in here.
No wonder.
We're not sure if the stove works, and everything that you see in the kitchen actually belonged to a past roommate who no longer lives here and didn't want this stuff. So, good luck.
Thank you for letting me use your kitchen, Chester. There's actually a lot of counter space and the most bare of necessities, half of a kitchen shear. If I can find the other half. You can have a lot of space, but if you don't cook in your kitchen, you're probably lacking a lot of essential tools. It is what it is. No wonder the old roommate didn't take these with him. One thing we're gonna do is get a little bit of an edge on this knife. You can use the back side of the blade as a steel. To have like one really good knife is like, you know, a basic necessity. To roast a chicken, you need a chicken. I'm gonna work in the sink primarily just to help keep it contained and clean, because why mess up these nice clean counters that rarely ever get used? Cut straight up the spine. So normally with a sharp knife, you can glide right through. With this one, I definitely had to like saw and hack and fight my way through it, so it took a lot longer than it should have. We're going to roast the 2 halves instead of the whole chicken. We get more golden, even crust and crisp on the skin, and who doesn't like crispy skin on their thighs? I know I do. I didn't see any measuring cups. These are very interesting. Most people have these from takeout. This is a quart container. It is 4 cups even. This is a pint container. A pint is 2 cups. So we need 1.5 cups of soy. Go about 3/4 of the way full. We'll just use the whole thing. Nah. This fish sauce is like pure umami. And now our half of scissors. Very handy. Now we're going to cut the aromatics. Just gonna peel the outer layers. But for the scallions, we're gonna use about 4 pieces. Add these in 1-inch pieces. That is the biggest clove of garlic I've ever seen. Knife had to be good for something. Because our bowl is not big enough, we're gonna use this handy bag. And then squeeze out the excess air. It will need to sit for 2 to 3 hours at least. Growing up, my mom would always roast a chicken. She always marinated her chicken in beer. I worked for a chef who would always baste his chicken with a mix of soy and butter. So I just kind of combined the two. The first time I made this dish was like, oh my God. We stumbled upon something borderline magical. Well, now our chicken is marinated long enough. We can get our oven preheated because you never want to put it into a lower temp. Your chicken will start to cook from within and then you'll just have like soggy skin. That doesn't make anybody happy. We need to find a baking sheet. So we don't have a baking sheet, but we do have the broiler pan. It's actually the lining from the bottom part of the oven. It's not flat. You don't get even browning. You also get the liquid kind of pooling on one side. We're gonna use about 3 stalks of celery, 12 of these large shiitakes. Okay, now our trumpets. We're gonna go ahead and take our chicken out of the marinade, but we are going to save a couple cups of it. Sorry, Chester. We need more bowls. Before we put this in the oven, we're just gonna add a little bit of fat to the skin just to help it crisp up a little bit. It'll take about 30 minutes and we're almost done, I promise, but we're gonna do a couple more veggies besides just the roasted ones to serve our dish with. Oh, sorry. Another thing about cooking in apartments sometimes is you're gonna set off your fire alarm. Have an open window handy. Okay, now we can keep going. So we're going to get our daikon ready. Add some of our marinade, a little under 1 cup. And now we're gonna prep our bok choy. This is Chester's only other pot. Glad he has 2. Add about 2 more cups of our marinade to the pot. Please work. Yes! Let's give our chicken a look, see how it's coming along. Ooh, nice. baste our chicken on top of the skin. See how the chicken is getting a nice golden brown color. Now our marinade has come up to a boil. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of butter. Does Chester have a whisk? Oh no. We're gonna try to make this happen with a fork. I definitely didn't expect to be breaking a sweat doing this today, and let it come back up to a full boil. Okay, our bok choy is getting tender. Go ahead and get everything out. And our chicken is almost ready. Oh, yes. So one way to check without sticking a thermometer into it if you don't have one is to push on the breast. You want to feel some resistance. Now we're gonna let the chicken rest for a few minutes. I don't want to burst that little bubble of love, but it's gonna be delicious. Now this is the true gem, the backbone. This is one of the parts that the cooks eat that never make it to the dining room. My favorite way is peel the skin off. This chicken cooked in this way is kind of like wrapping yourself in a delicious blanket of crispy skin and warmth. From the beer, you get this kind of earthy weediness. The daikon also gives you a change in texture. It's tender. The bok choy adds a nice hit of water, but it still just adds another element of nice vegetal flavor that really complements the meat. A little of the pan juice, clean up the edges, and there you have it. Chester, thanks for letting me use your kitchen. I can't say I would like to cook here again, but this has been a blast. Just one piece of advice, just get a good knife. You don't have to get a whole set, just one good chef's knife will change your world. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. Click here to watch more videos like this and click here to subscribe. Is there any more beer? Thanks, Jess.